put a video up here not too long ago about this man and this woman talking about Agenda 21. You know, that takes away your rights, your sovereignty, your independence. The United Nations take control over America. This one man stood up and said, no, you're not taking control over America. Let me show you.
Have the floor, sir.
Madam President, Mr. Secretary General, world leaders, ambassadors, and distinguished delegates. 1 year ago, I stood before you for the first time in this grand hall. I addressed the threats facing our world, and I presented a vision to achieve a brighter future for all of humanity. Today, I stand before the United Nations General Assembly to share the extraordinary progress we've made. In less than 2 years, my administration has accomplished more than almost any administration in the history of our country. America's so true. Didn't expect that reaction, but that's okay. America's economy is booming like never before. Since my election, we've added $10 trillion in wealth. The stock market is at an all-time high in history, and jobless claims are at a 50-year low. African American, Hispanic American, and Asian American unemployment have all achieved their lowest levels ever recorded. We've added more than 4 million new jobs, including 500,000 manufacturing jobs. We have passed the biggest tax cuts and reforms in American history. We've started the construction of a major border wall, and we have greatly strengthened border security. We have secured record funding for our military, $700 billion this year, and $716 billion next year. Our military will soon be more powerful than it has ever been before. In other words, the United States is stronger, safer, and a richer country than it was when I assumed office less than 2 years ago. We are standing up for America and for the American people, and we are also standing up for the world. This is great news for our citizens and for peace-loving people everywhere. We believe that when nations respect the rights of their neighbors and defend the interests of their people, they can better work together to secure the blessings of safety, prosperity, and peace. Each of us here today is the emissary of a distinct culture, a rich history, and a people bound together by ties of memory, tradition, and the values that make our homelands like nowhere else on earth. That is why America will always choose independence and cooperation over global governance, control, and domination. I honor the right of every nation in this room to pursue its own customs, beliefs, and traditions. The United States will not tell you how to live or work or worship. We only ask that you honor our sovereignty in return. From Warsaw to Brussels to Tokyo.
See, whether you believe in it or not, one world government. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Whether you believe in the Bible or not. So President Donald Trump said no to the UN, to the one world government, the United Nations. Climate control is a decoy for Agenda 21. It's a decoy for all the nations to get together as one to take away your sovereignty. And President Donald Trump just saved America from being taken over by the United Nations. My bad, it was 2 years ago. But he saved the United States from being taken over from the United Nations, from the one world government. Joe Biden and the rest of them Democrats, they sided with the United Nations. They siding with the United Nations. Climate control is a decoy again for the one world government. And the Democrats are down with that. President Donald Trump is not. He said, "You keep your we keep our sovereignty." No, United Nations, you're not gonna take over the United States. Not as long as I'm a president. Believe the Bible? Don't. But you talk about the one world government. The one world government. He said no.